Alright everybody, what is up? It is Daikon here, back with another Dragon Ball Sparkign Zero video. So this video took a little bit longer than I would have liked to make. It took almost an entire day of just editing to get this out to you guys. So this video we are playing with Gamma 1 and another android that shall not be named just yet. So whenever this game first came out, I really disliked playing as androids because I just could not stand, like, I don't know, I just could not stand. For one, it was their lack of being able to charge ki. Like, that was always something that was like, okay, yeah, like, I didn't like it in the older BT games, and I actually don't like it here. But yeah, I understand why it's like that. Otherwise, the androids would be, they'd be broken. So yeah, this took me a little bit longer to get out, but it's, you know, a little longer in length, so, you know, I hope you guys, you know, do enjoy this video. We're starting off here with Gamma 1, up against, I can't see his name, what's his name? Chief Mota, I think. My bad guys, I can't really see very well. At least not from the angle that I'm looking at. Yeah, so this match was great, particularly because this is the match that kind of convinced me to, yeah, that kind of right there, to play with androids a little bit more. This match was actually really wonderful and amazing. And yeah, we can see that I finished him off with the flying kick there. So this is footage from yesterday. So this is pretty recent footage of me playing. I feel like in terms of my playstyle, I think the Blue Goku video is better. If you guys have not checked that out, it's my second most recent video. You guys should go check that out. I will try to link it in the description. But overall, with the Gammas as characters, not even just in the game, I really like the Gammas as characters. If you know anything about me, you know what my favorite color is, you can probably guess who my favorite Gamma is. Gamma 2 takes, you know, the cake for that. Even though in this video I will be playing as Gamma 1. Maybe a tad bit more than I did Gamma 2, but, you know, that's not really indicative of anything. So this match, I rematched him again. After this match, he did not rematch me, so there is no set for this one. I tried to do a set for all these other ones. Unfortunately, this guy did not rematch me. This is still player match. I believe my next video, I will try to make it ranked. I don't know. I don't know who I want to hop into ranked with. So, I mean, like, my main is Blue Goku, and I've already done, you know, a Blue Goku video. The Gammas are being done here, so I don't know exactly who to go with. I would try another Goku, but I don't want it to get stale, if that makes sense. I don't want these videos to be just, you know, saying, hybrid here, maybe saying, so, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, I was getting my ass whipped. So we will be switching up the character varieties, so it does take me, you know, a little longer to get the video out with, like, college, you know, and everything. Obviously trying to figure out how to new character. You know, do forgive me for that. Yeah, this match was nothing to rave on about. I was kind of getting my ass beat here at the end, but I think we do manage to, like, yeah, ride it out in the end. Yeah, there we go. Alright, yeah, this match wasn't too difficult. This guy was decent. But, on to the next match. Alright, so now here we have a God Goku. I've been facing a lot more God Gokus now. For some reason, I guess everybody just decided to migrate to God Goku, and you guys will see why throughout the course of the video. But this guy's name, Kato Season, I have no idea. Because I can't really see that well, the letter is too small. But yeah, that, and I was trying to super counter here, but unfortunately, I could not super counter the Spanish tools, which is unfortunate because it cost me a lot of HP, and there's a guard break. Yeah, this Goku was very move around happy. Also, he left to spam that heavy kick with that, so I had to be able to do something to be able to get him off that back. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then we get a nice little back combo started. We super counters. We go for the Vanish Roar. I win. Perfect. For as good as I was at super counters in my Blue Goku video, I seem to have lost that by the time like this rolls around. So you guys don't really see. I mean, you'll see the standards 1 2 super counters, but you won't really see much of that. That was nice right there. I don't know how I did that. That was completely unintentional, but I'm so glad I did because that took away all of his skill points, and that's kind of hilarious. I feel bad. I feel bad for this guy and the other guy because that was like not supposed to happen. Like there was things that both of these guys, experienced that was not supposed to happen. But I think we win this match right here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, alright, we end this match right here. He was great. I think I have a set for this one, so moving on to the next match. Alright, pretty sure this is the same guy. Yeah, pretty sure this is the same guy. We rematched, pretty sure I have the set here. Now for this match, a lot of these matches I feel like were just to test to see, it's the same guy, see where I was at. And again, the whole like not charging key thing really is throwing me for a loop here, unfortunately. And it's kind of affecting me when I play a little bit. But as we progress, I get used to it. Because managing key with Saiyans it hasn't been great. That's been like that since like I started playing this game because I'm kind of horrible at low-key horrible at key management. But I can definitely read people mid-combat if it comes down to it. Also, all these Vanish Words, see like that. I wanted to try something new. That was supposed to be a lightning strike or a kick, but apparently that did not turn into that for some reason. Let me go behind there. Yep, oh, he catching me from behind. Super counter. Nope. Yep, got him. Nope. And yeah. Perception. The revenge counter. Yeah, at that point I felt bad. It's like, okay, this is doing too much. And he didn't have anything to play around. So that was he countered there. Yeah, that was pretty much that match. I think this match is coming to an end. I think we know who's coming to win. But back to what I was saying. Gamma's his character. I really like Gamma 2. As a character, I just feel like he's much more my character type than Gamma 1. Gamma 1 is really serious to a fault. Actually, and Gamma 2 is, I don't know, he's just very silly, very funny, and I like Gamma 2. The fact that I'm still kind of pissed at the fact that Gamma 2 was the one that died. The superhero movie, spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched that, and that Gamma 1 was the one that survived. That kind of took me out. So that, oh boy, that is I'm still kind of bummed about that because I like Gamma 2 over Gamma. Don't get me wrong, I like both Gammas, but I like Gamma 2 over Gamma 1 any day. Also, I do remember when these guys did release back in Dokkan. My god, the stupid Cell Max fight, that could that ever, be topped? I know we have Goku Black and Zamasu now, and the stupid the trio of hybrids, but I don't think they can compare with Cell Max, just because that fight, if I'm not mistaken, you can debuff in nice Sonic Sway there. You can debuff Goten, Trunks, and Gohan, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. Here's another perception. I wish I had gotten this one here because that would have been cool, double perception in the same match, but no. But yeah, you could debuff Cell Max. There was a version that released of him a couple of months later where you could debuff him, but the original Cell Max fight, well, it wasn't really wasn't really that easy to get rid of Cell Max, especially the mission where you had to use artificial life form, and artificial life form was just artificial life form was something back then, and all you had was like the gammas, and then the LR gammas came out, and you know they could use them. But the problem with that was that like you kind of wanted to go like semi-fast and slow a little. Also here we did switch opponents, but then find the other guy, Gritty Goblin, I think is his name. Yeah, and this match my advantages were filling me a little bit. But back to the Cell Max. Yeah. You had the gammas, but the gammas did too much damage to the point where when you got to the final phase, like they were a bit built up, but not really. And they would still take damage from Cell Max, and they would, you know, like any other, you know, unit at the time, just obliterate themselves into something. And so that was really difficult. Because I am a very avid truth watcher, the truth DT. I don't really like to use items, and I know I'm not obligated to, but I feel like I have kind of I guess a sense of duty, if you want to describe it that way, to not use items and to do, you know, my very best as just with the characters and their abilities, so as to be genuine to the characters. So I don't use items, and I don't think I've beaten, you know, that mission until now. I don't think until now. Until I try again, because clearly I haven't beaten it. So yeah, that is kind of that worries me a little bit. But artificial life form is definitely better. The only problem with artificial life, at least for me, is just my box. My box is not the best. Excuse me. When it comes to artificial life form, I've never been really much of a villain guy in Dokkan, so there is I have my heroes are more screw you. My heroes are far more they're far more, I guess. My super class team is better than my extreme class team by a mile. Don't get me wrong, my extreme team, is still good, but well. No, not when I have, the LR gods and the LR Super Saiyan 4s, and you have Super Saiyan 4, LR Super Saiyan 4, Goku and whatnot. Oh my god, I'm really tired today. I did not have any sleep at all yesterday because I was trying to work on this and get these matches for y'all. Not even recorded, just play these matches, get some good matches for y'all in here. Y'all to enjoy today. So I'm really tired. Have not gotten an ounce of sleep, and I had just gotten home maybe 30 minutes ago. Something like that. 30 minutes ago, something like that. So yeah, forgive me if I do yawn a little bit in this video, or a lot, because I do, excuse me, feel the yawns coming in. My bad. I know it's very unprofessional. Can't, I'm dying of sleep. I'm dying of the lack of sleep as we speak. So this Goku, for all you people out there who love to use instant transmission, and I'm not talking about just Super Saiyan Gokus, I'm talking about because Super Saiyan Gokus, I'll admit, I can pass a Super Saiyan Goku using Wild Sense, because the people who typically play Super Saiyan Goku are they're really well versed at the game and know exactly what they're doing. They really know exactly what they're doing. Players though, Beast, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Kefla, out of all the people that I just named, out of all the characters I just named, Kefla is by far the worst character to face with Wild Sense specifically. God, I hate, if you are a Kefla main out there, and you you still Ki Blast spam, mind you, the Big 25, you Ki Blast spam, you, Wild Sense cheese, just everything like that, you should, retire, because That's not great. That's not great. That's not good. And you need to learn how to play the game better. Now, I have learned how to counter that, over time. But it's just kind of like a principle of things where it's like, come on, man. Like, you play like this, and you're like, I'm using like a lower DP character. Oh, nice Sonic Sweat. And you're using Kefla, and you're transforming to Super Saiyan 2, going into all these things, and you still wow Senshi even though you have the upper hand. Like, oh, and don't let them charge their ki because they will spam the fuck out of what's it called? Out of their little ooh, nice movement right there by me. What's it called? Their rush move, their high speed rush or whatever the hell it's called. Like, that is the worst thing that a Kefla player could ever do. I was getting my ass beat. My God. Okay. So I have to take it back. But yeah, like a Kefla player will ki blast spam you. They will high speed rush you to like no end, and that is like really, really annoying. And they will wow Senshi you. So that in and of itself is like a horrible combination to face up against, especially if you are a lower DP character, and in single battles too, no less. Because in DP it's horrible. In singles it's bad too, but I feel like it is worse in DP than it is in singles. And I have not stepped into the DP competition, like the competitive spectrum in a while. Actually, ever since last season. Last season, I believe I was like an A rank or an S rank, like high A rank, low S rank for DP, but I did manage to get Z rank for singles. So here we have a Blue Gogeta. Blue Gogeta is also a very annoying character to face just because in this last patch, he did not get like nerfed. He actually got buffed. I'm pretty sure, yeah, take that, yes, Gogeta. And I'm like, oh my God, like, and I mean, I will use Blue Gogeta. I have not used Blue Gogeta like at all myself. But when I do, because I will eventually do a video on it. Gogeta is my favorite female, if you don't know. And Blue is my favorite Super Saiyan transformation besides the original Super Saiyan. So, my favorite, fusion, and then, my favorite transformation, both together, it's a recipe for success. I was going to say disaster, but not disaster, no. It's a recipe for success. Also, for all you guys out there that are scared to try out new characters, even if feel like they're not good enough for it, go ahead and try, because you literally never know. That should not have caught me. You literally never know. Excuse me. You never know what is what is going to appeal to you and what isn't. I hated playing androids. I just could not play androids for the life of me, and I ended up liking them. Oh.
お前、まさか。1号はあいつを引きつけて、時間を稼いでくれ。中ボスのお出ましか。やってやるぜ。
Alright, how did y'all like that? This time around I tried something just a tad bit new. I wanted to do a little something different, so I hope y'all like it. Let me know if y'all like that transition down in the comments, or if that was completely unnecessary, or if y'all we could have done without it and just could have jumped into the Gamma 2 portion. But I felt like doing something different for the Gamma 2 portion specifically, just because I love Gamma 2 so much, and this is one of the few times that I do get to play with him, because I wouldn't consider him a character that I main. But after this, I might just after seeing like how we do with the androids, I might just go ahead and pick them up to have a little bit of fun here and there. But yeah, that transition was something that I was working on pretty much almost for 30 minutes straight, and it's such a small thing, but I feel like it enhances I was gonna say the quality, but I feel like it gives a little bit of personality to my videos to distinguish them from everybody else. That match was really short and quick. Gamma 2, good job, Gamma 2. Yeah. And his little Dokkan, little impact thingy and the sound effects afterwards. Classic Gamma 2. Yeah, but on the topic of Kefla players, if y'all are cheesy Kefla players, please stay away from me, because Wild Says will not work on me. and you will get punished heavily. And if you do use cheesy tactics, you will get cheesed too. So don't, fight fair and square, because I'll fight fair and square. Don't do all that other extra stuff. But on the topic of that, I do hate players who do that. And then they go ahead and they like shit talk you afterwards. God, but there was this one dude that I fought, and if you're watching this video, you know exactly who you are. He shit talks me because I found him using, I think I was playing as Gamma 1 too. I was using Gamma 1, I'm pretty sure, and he was using Bakunza, and it was kind of a close match, kind of. But he ended up getting beat by my Gamma 1, obviously. And so I did not rematch him because he, like, damn near spammed his supers, and he definitely spammed his wild scent. And so I just was not with that. I was like, you know what, I can't face this today. I was already having, like, kind of like a day, that day, and I was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this, I'm just take my dub and walk away. And so he messaged me and he was like, you suck, this is in the third, and I saw the game, blah, 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 blah. Just the standard troll and stuff. And I was like, right. And then you lost, just take your own move on. He was like, you just don't want to make a lobby. And I was like, you know what? Bet. Let's make that lobby. So, I was kind of like, okay, well, like I don't really want to, like get into all that, but whatever. And so I made the lobby. Mind you, y'all, he lost the first 2 matches, like, instantly. Like, it's not even funny. My cousin was there. My cousin could tell you. That was, like, funny for, like, someone who was shit talking so much. Like, that was hilarious. And then we kept playing, and then he used, like, Beast, and, not like he didn't use Beast, because he used Ultimate Gohan, beforehand, but he used, like, Beast, like, just outright Beast. And then, we had Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and that's when he, like, started playing passively, and then just, like, he was like, okay, well, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this. And so we just played, and I lost, like, all the matches after that, or all the matches after that. But I didn't care, because the first 2 times, it took you a couple of beasts and fusions to try and even, attempt to slow me down. So, but I won't harp too much on that. I just hate people who do that, and also hate people who spam wild sense. So, in that same vein, if you're up against me, guys, please don't do that. All you're gonna do is piss me off, and I already pretty much have your wild sense in mind when you do that. Also, the behind cheese that people like to do, to where like you what is it, Super Dash or Dragon Dash? I may be getting fighters terms mixed up here. But I think it's Super Dash. Excuse me. Super Dash to your opponent when they're down and they're like, in their recovery time. A lot of Android players like to do this. I've done it myself in this video because I do not play around. But a lot of people do this, and I find it quite quite cowardly, I would say. Like, wait for me to get up, well, let him get up, like, let him fight back, so, yeah, that, in that aspect, I kind of really don't like that. But other than that, about the state of the game, I feel like this game has been so much better, than before. Oh yeah, and here's, another God Goku that I was facing. Excuse me, so much better before. Than before, excuse me. Sonic Sway. And I really, appreciate that, Bandai has been paying attention to this game, at least in some, degree and capacity, because, man, outside, because I was never really a fighter's dude. Like, my cousin Joshua, he might be more of a fighter's dude than the Sparkign dude, but he still looks ass in Sparkign. Like, don't get me wrong, but he might be more of a fighter's dude than anything. And so, I, for the life of me, cannot get into fighters. I can't. I don't know why. I don't know how. But I am so much worse at fighters than I am at Sparkign, and I'm already not that good at Sparkign. So, yeah, take that, with a grain of salt or what you will. But I don't know. Fighters was never really my game. It looks amazing. I will not dog on it because a lot of people have been dogging on it and trying to compare Fighters to Sparkign, and it's like two different experiences, and whatnot. And I don't know, just people, I guess, being blissfully ignorant to what both games try to cater towards. But whatever. One of them is trying to be its own thing, its own little game, and then the other one is trying to live up to the mythical and the legendary, BT, Budokai Tenkaichi series. So, yeah, I don't know much about that front of things, but I love both games equally. Oh, I'm really excited for the Budokan's 11th anniversary. God, it's been 10 years. I remember starting to play Dokkan back in 2015. I was at one of my aunt's houses, and I was looking at my mom's phone because back then I didn't have one. I actually did not get my phone until my high school, my freshman year. My God, I can't talk. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so used to college that I'm saying semester now. Yeah, my freshman year of high school, I got my actual first phone, because I had one before that, but it was a very old Android. So that that didn't really bode so well over time. So the thing about all of that was I had the phone, and before I had it, my mom, it was mainly using her phone, to do everything and play and whatnot. I have had 2 Dokkan accounts before this. Before this one, this was my 3rd one currently, and I used to play on Global before I played on JP. Both of my previous accounts were on Global rather than JP. Then I started watching The Truth, or either I started watching Truth a little bit more, or I just started to look at the JP side kind of a little differently, and I opted to go for the JP side this time rather than the global side, and I never looked back. I never looked back on the global side of the game and what it was going through and whatnot. So that I mean, I'm not that hurt that I left global, because now it's the sync and everything else and whatnot. So I would say overall I'm pretty content with my choice of going on JP. I do not regret that at all, and I love Dokkan for it. And Dokkan has been going now 10 years, almost 11 years strong. So I'm very happy, and I'm very excited to see Dokkan just up there, up and running. Legends is going on a bit of a downward spiral right now, but it's we all know it's Legends, guys. It's Legends. You can't really do anything. And I think this is the final match to finish off the set with Mr. Oh no, this is actually a different game. We finished the set with the other guy right there. Some of these people don't have a set because I can't lie, I'm very forgetful when it comes to matches. I forget to record the whole set of matches, and I usually record just oh, this would be cool for a video, and then the other ones I kind of just forget about. Whether it's me getting whooped and losing, or me winning, or it's me completely one-sidedly winning, or me completely one-sidedly losing. Whichever one is more interesting for the video, I will definitely go and put that out there. So a lot of these, are kind of just single one-offs, but there are the ones that I really consider to be, great, and top-notch, at least in the terms of, my current, level of performance. I'll put them there, and I'll try to remember the other ones because I'm so far, and I do not want to do it because that is just bad for this. And this guy loves spinning that little ugly little, what's it called, little thing his little like spamming kit. But we pretty much have this one in the bag, honestly. In some of these I was toying around just a tiny bit, and I wasn't really fighting for real. Like for instance, that I wanted to kind of finish him off with the Sonic Sway, but that would so, let's move on to our next match. So we are kind of close to the end of the video. A little bit. This has been a recording session, to say the least. It's been very long. Jeez. So yeah. Now in terms of like the January like DLC announcement, releasing for Sparkign in January of next year, I am very, very excited. I have no idea who or what they could do to because this game has an overwhelming amount of characters when it comes to the roster. I do wish for a little bit. Honestly, a lot of people harper on the maps part of it, but maybe that's just because of just personal preference. Like there is enough maps to go around and play with, right? And obviously, like I can't criticize and say, oh, the developers, they're not putting that much into the characters. Well, that's a damn lie. We have characters from OG Dragon Ball, we have characters from Z, we have characters from Super, we have characters from Superhero. Hell, we have characters from Daima. We have characters from the Z movies, the old Z movies. We have, Dragon Ball Super Broly. We have characters from Beerus technically from the movie. Yeah, technically because the movie came first. So Beerus is technically from the movie. And, we just have so much stuff to work with that, like other, Dragon Ball games kind of don't, have to work with. So, it's kind of a blessing to, have all this. So, the stages, they can be improved upon. Like, where is, like Kami's Lookout? Where is, God, like, where is, like the ice map that so many people love that I think, is cool too, in the other Budokai Tenkaichi games, right? Like, where is all these things? But you guys, you have to understand, it takes time. And I do understand that they could have gotten, like, off the back of the other Tenkaichi games, but it still takes time, right? And so many people hate on this game. Let's address that. So many people hate on this game for absolutely no reason. Like, I get, there's not many maps, there's that much to do in the PvE, kind of like section of the game, and I understand that. That is a very, big flaw that this game has when it comes towards its content. But, it's PvP never disappoints. I have seen some people having trouble with, the PvP aspect of Sparkign lately. Like, stuff that should not be happening, I guess, is happening for some people. It hasn't happened to me yet, so I don't share their frustration too much, but I don't know if guys know what I'm talking about. I can't describe it. Like, there's this one dude who was streaming yesterday on TikTok, and he was using Trunks, and he was up against, I'm pretty sure, Vegito Blue, and he I don't know what he did, but like I think he countered or something like that. He super countered or something. I have no idea what he did, but he did something, and the Vegito ended up like turned around when he should not have been, and that was just kind of like a whoa. Well, like what what happened there? And I was like, that's kind of interesting. I haven't encountered anything like that, but that's something like to keep out an eye on, and kind of like see like hey guys, like maybe like don't screw this up or whatever, like fix that. But that's kind of just something that like is neither here nor there. The devs, I'm pretty sure, will take notice of it and will fix it, but it's caused a lot of frustration upon the community lately, and it's something that has to be addressed sooner rather than later, for the health of the game, and I guess for like the overall, the people who make content in this game, and just people who love the game in general. Echo what I said a little earlier. Like I, just started making content, on this game. I've always played Sparkign ever since it's launched, but I only, just recently. How do I say this? I want to be vulnerable with you guys. I've just recently felt comfortable enough that I am good enough to where people, like my gameplay is good enough to where people will watch me play, and they will get like good quality matches rather than I do not want to say beginner because that is disrespectful to the people who like are just beginning to play. But like satisfying gameplay all around. Right? Because that's what you guys come here for. The not necessarily the flashy gameplay, but the gameplay that really does count. When it comes to like these exciting, thrilling, exhilarating matches, full of like back and forths, and character dialogue and supers, and punches and counters, and all this other stuff, right? So like I try to deliver, that high octane, high energy, like kind of feel, to these videos. But to my credit, this video has been maybe a little bit more tame in comparison to like my Blue Goku video. So I do apologize. I am a bit tired, and I am starting to see where some of my favorite content creators get this, like I'm tired, and, like when their voice changes, their attitude changes, like just a tiny bit, and not attitude to where like, oh, I'm a little grumpy, but like I'm tired, like I just wanted to record this video, I'm not done and whatnot, and so like that there is like kind of like insane. And like, oh my god, like I went kind of crazy with that combo right there. But yeah, also to those people out there who want to play androids, androids will make you so much better at when it comes to like just hands in general. If you want to get better, play an android character, because I guarantee you an android character will like make you realize how much hands you really need, and especially when it comes, a lot of it boils down to key control. Like actually it boils down to key control. My key control when I play with like Saiyans is terrible, but now after this I'm gonna probably do like another Goku. Vegeta's you'll see later on in the future. Vegeta's are really not my playstyle, but you'll see definitely another Goku video here, coming up in I don't know, maybe next week, because this week, not this following week, but the next week after that, because this week I'm going to be busy trying to catch up on school and whatnot. I have so much to do and to catch up on and to worry about. I'm here making videos, so I need to kind of lock in for a little bit and then come back. I'll still keep playing Sparkign in between. I do not want to lose my skill level, because I just feel like I got to somewhere where I'm very comfortable, with doing all of this, and don't want to risk, if that makes sense, the skill level that I have, and I don't mind it, don't mind building it, like all back again, but it's just not something that I would prefer to do, especially with school undergrad, because I'm supposed to, at the time of this video, I'm supposed to graduate about next fall, so a year from now. So I'm immensely, excited, immensely, I guess happy and grateful for the opportunity to be able to graduate, especially because, I am of like the middle class to low class family, or tier, I guess, of when it comes to citizens in the US, and so I don't really have much opportunity anywhere or everywhere to kind of do that. But as long as I got my cousin Sparkign and a special someone by my side, I will be fine. So this match here This guy, we fought for like a good while, like an hour or so, even after these matches. Because these matches are just what he used at first, and then he used like a ton of other characters afterwards. Afterwards, he did play with Medical and Sonic Sway. I love Sonic Sway. I don't know what that was right there. I guess that's an example of like, like what, like what would you call it, a glitch? I guess not a glitch, but like a problem with with the game right now, where like the game will just randomly like do that and give like your enemy like the free pass to freedom, just like that. Like I don't know what that was. My second hit should have hit there. Maybe it was because it was the wall, who knows, but I certainly, hope that, you don't find out. But this match is pretty much just over already. And yeah, we got this match in the bag. Boom, boom. I try not to use my, barrier thing, but sometimes it's really necessary for me to use it. It gets a little tiring, having to finish around here and there to get all of that. Alright, so next match, here we have the same dude. We rematched quite a couple of times, actually. Beyond this, you guys don't get to see, but I did keep using Gamma 2, and I might do this as like a little bonus on the Instagram or the TikTok, or maybe even the Twitter. I'll make these, I guess, little bonuses, and I will post the matches of me and him. We were both using Androids. Who he was using, you have to watch him to find out. So if I do decide to post that, it will probably most likely be posted tomorrow, the 25th, rather than today, the 24th. So if you are seeing this video on the 24th of October, it will probably be up on the 25th of October, rather than the 24th. So just keep that in mind, because this video was already way too long as it is, and editing a 50-minute video is quite exhausting. It reminds me of Truth. Truth makes his Festival of Battles video like an hour long. My God, I imagine that it is easier to, and not to discredit Truth here, but it is easier to record, or not record, but like edit Dokkan, as opposed to like, a game like Sparkign, where because the music I have to like download just little CP into what I do. Like I download the music from and then like put it on, I don't know what, YouTube considers like copyright, so I'm not gonna say anything like that. But stuff like that, and I put a lot of effort and time into it, and the little transition that I did also took me a lot of time. We're not doing that with him again. Took me a lot of time, and effort, and I really liked it. I personally liked it. I don't know if you guys like it. Let me know down in the comments below. But man, like that was pretty good. And I'll make like like a better transition later on, because I'll envision something where it was like Gamma 1's mouth popping up, and him talking, and the quote popping, like coming from the side, here and there, and then out of the darkness, like a voice response. So let's get this operation started or whatever, and then pops out Gamma 2. So it was kind of what I envisioned, but not really. Another Sonic Sway for the win. See that, like that right there, I'm so glad that did not hit, because if that hit, I probably would have been fucked. And now I don't know why I did not counter that, but and this match was really, really close. You can see that, we're both 1 HP, and we get into the Vanish War, and boom! Yeah. That match was amazing. That match was top notch. Yeah, me and him, we like left our ass off that match. Alright, and we are in the final stretches, the final 2 matches of the video. you guys let me know if you have been enjoying the commentary, if you have been enjoying the gameplay so far. Thank God I didn't hit him there because he wanted to emote before we started. But let me know if you guys have been enjoying what you have been seeing so far. Any constructive criticism, that came my way would be very helpful in improving the overall quality, of these videos and of the matches too. If you guys have any, there you go. There's a super kind of for the video. Super kind of for the video. Like if I could improve like the quality of these matches visually in any way, obviously I can improve them like gameplay wise, but I would need, a little bit of feedback to the people, from the people who watch this video, because you guys are the audience, and give the audience what they want, and I'll be doing great, but at the same time, I also do so. And also this entire video, I have been training myself not to spam my skill points, because a lot of people have just been waiting for me to like spam those 2 skill points to revenge counter, and catch you in the perception of the revenge counter. No, I'm not doing that. I am not falling for that. So yeah, that is pretty much why I have just had that. And honestly, it made me a little better when it comes to the use of these things. So I'm very grateful that I really, really and truly did not use it, because otherwise I probably would be like trucked half of the time. And here we go, game of 2 for the win. And yeah, that is that match. And so now we move on to the final match of the video. Alright, here, Gamma 2 versus Android 17. Which is the better Android? Let's find out in just a second. Yeah, I'm a very respectable player. I do love to do that, and I love to emote. But in terms of the match, I feel like these matches were in quality maybe a bit of a drop from my Blue Goku video matches, but all at the same time, I had so much fun using the Gammas that I wish I could record like my reactions to using these characters live, but well, I'm a little bit too embarrassed to do that in front of the camera quite yet. So I just keep it, to post, recording commentary and whatnot. We were really going at it. This guy's really good. Especially when he switched to Android 17, like he was, I would not say untouchable, but he was something to even I, with my experience, a bit of experience with Androids, could not keep up with him. Also, I did try to revenge counter a whole bunch of times in his little barrier, and that just did not work. The turnaround move is my favorite, and I could do that combo right there. Although I wanted to go for a super right there, but nothing popped up, so I guess not. Game. And I should have perceptioned that, but I didn't. And he got behind me. That was a devastating combo to get hit with. And I don't know what I did. I started selling mid-match too, and I used all my skill points. I had nothing left to back me up. I was right there too. I was literally right there, and I just had nothing to back me up with. I failed the vanish score. My god, this is so bad. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed making this video. I was really tired, but at the end of the day, I got over it and I did the recording. And I just hope that you guys, like what you see and like what you hear. Guys, have a great rest of your day and peace out.
俺にどこまでついてこれるかな